Hey folks, Colin here from Sumthins Recording, and today I want to show you how to use digital clipping to make your bass guitar stand out in the mix. We're going to be doing something kind of fun, something kind of crazy today, and we're going to use digital clipping on bass guitar. But before we dive in, if you're ready to go a little bit deeper into the mixing process in its entirety and really start to hone your workflow as an engineer, then I have just the thing for you. It is my 7-step mixing checklist, and it's just a simple PDF that will walk you through the entire mixing process, step by step, to help you get professional and radio-ready mixes without any more of the hassle and without any more of the guesswork. Like I said, completely free guide, and you can download it below using the link in the video description. Now let's jump in here and let's mess up this bass guitar. Let me start, of course, by playing you the bass guitar here inside the mix, and then I'll solo it up so you can hear what our bass guitar sounds like by itself. Bear in mind, this is a finished mix, and we're gonna mess with this bass guitar here. So here's the finished mix for this track.
1, 2, 3, want to look at me. 4, 5, 6, tell me when will you miss? 7, 8, 9, no, it ain't fine.
You can hear it's a good sounding bass guitar. It's got some good tone to it, got some good bottom end, a little bit of crackle on the top of it to help it kind of cut through the mix. But let's mess with it here. I'm not satisfied with just a good sounding bass guitar. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a bus channel. So you can use this technique here if your bass guitar is just kind of flat, just kind of normal sounding, and you want to give it some beef, you want to make it extra solid, just rock solid, and you want to help it cut through the mix a little bit more. This will solve all of those problems for you. So we're going to call this, we'll call it bass clip, because that's what we're going to do. We're going to use digital clipping here to help our bass guitar stand out. And then from our bass bus here, we're going to send to this bass clip here, and we're going to send full signal, and our bass clip will send into our mix bus. So now here we have a full copy of our finished bass sound. So first thing we're going to do here is I'm going to pull in, I think I'm going to pull in the virtual mix rack. I can use a couple things off of this to get us going right off the bat here. So we're going to go to the mastering section here, and I'm going to pull in the trimmer. And we're gonna crank this all the way, I think. So I'm gonna hit play here, and I'm gonna push the trimmer till we start clipping the bass guitar here. So hear that little breakup on the top of the bass guitar there? That's our clipping, right? You can see we're pushing into the red here on the meter. That's our little clip meter up on the top. You can see it going off. We're starting to clip on the bass guitar there, getting that little breakup on the top end. Let's take it a step further here since we have it available to us inside the virtual mix rack here. Let's take advantage of the thickness knob here on Revival. So you can see we pushed that all the way up there. The thickness is all the way up at 40. Shimmer is all the way up at 40. So our bottom end is rock solid now. And we've pulled up some of that top end to get some of that finger noise, some of the fret noise, and it's going to help bring out that little bit of breakup we're getting from clipping here on the trimmer. So that's our first piece here. Now I'm thinking about putting a trimmer afterwards just so I can pull the fader up a little bit further, but I think I want to go a little bit harder first. So I'm gonna pull in the Pultec here afterwards, or the what do they call it? The passive EQ here inside of Studio One, and we'll go 60 hertz here, and we'll go 5K. So that'll bring up some of the top end on the bass guitar here. So I'm gonna push these a little bit and see what we can get from the Pultec. Just that right there. So we're at 0.5 at 60 hertz. Really fills out the bottom end. Listen one more time. I'll A-B the Pultec. Just take a listen to the bottom end. You can hear how solid our bottom end is feeling now on the bass guitar. Let's push up this top end now and see if we can get some more grit, some more finger noise to help our bass cut through on the top end. So this here, you can go either way on. If you just want to add bottom end, if you just want to use this technique to make your bass rock solid in the bottom end, you don't have to do this boost here in the top end. But if you want to add some more top end, some more grit to it to help your bass cut through the mix as well, emphasize that digital clipping, that breakup we have so far, do this as well. You can boost this top end. Again, it'll push it harder, make it clip a little bit more, and you'll get some more of that breakup up on the top end. So I like this part. That's sounding really, really good. Very, very solid, very, very even, and it has all of the frequencies that I want on the bass. It has the big low end to help our bass guitar feel really huge and really massive, and then it has that nice top end that's gonna help our bass cut through the mix. The last thing I wanna add here, I think, is a limiter and see if we can capture a little bit more of that clipping, that distortion, that digital breakup. And I don't think I have to do anything with this. I think if I hit play here, we'll see how hard it's pushing past 0. So here we have now, I put that mix tool before the limiter just so I wasn't pushing so hard. I wanted to have some control about how hard we were pushing past 0, how much of that distortion we're letting onto the bass guitar there. So we're doing about 6 dB of limiting here now with the limiter. I put that mix tool in, pulled it down about 4 dB. We are hitting about 10 dB of limiting. It was a little bit too much for me. I wanted to control that distortion, that digital clipping that we're getting on our bass guitar there. Right there at about negative 6 dB. The 6 dB reduction feels really nice to me. It's the right amount of breakup for me without taking away too much of that low end that we have. So now, let's throw in our original bass guitar and we'll mix in this really flattened channel we have using our digital clipping, using the limiter. Let's see what we can get here. the nice thing about this now is that if you want more of that breakup, you just push the mix tool up a little bit. Just push harder into the limiter, and you're going to get more of that distortion on the top end. But the low end's really, really solid now. It feels really, really big. So let's put this inside the entire mix and see what we get. I'll A-B the mix tool here, or not the mix tool, I'll A-B this bass clip bus, and you can hear what we're getting inside the mix.
1, 2, 3, won't you look at me? 4, 5, 6, tell me when will you miss? 7, 8, 9, no it ain't fine. 1, 2, 3, won't you look at me? 4, 5, 6, tell me when will you miss? 7, 8, 9, no. 1, 2, 3, won't you look at me? 4, 5, 6, tell me when will you miss? 7, 8, 9, no it ain't fine.
It's a very radical way to just pin your low end, pin your top end, and mix in as much of that distortion as you want. And again, all we're using just some digital clipping here. So we're pushing our plugins really, really hard here, pushing some more on top of that, and then using our limiter to get that distortion of pushing past the threshold at 0. And you could do this all the way if you wanted. So you could do this right on your actual bass guitar if that's the bass sound you want to go for right from the get-go. But it's very, very solid, and it allows you to mix in some distortion to hear your bass inside the mix. I hope that was an interesting one for you to see, and I hope it was helpful for you. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you are ready to take your mixes to the next level and really start dialing in a workflow for your mixes, then I have just the tool for you, and it is completely free. It is my 7-step mixing checklist, and you can download it below to start creating more professional mixes in less time. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.